everyone. My name is Ligaya Figueres. I'm the food and dining editor at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Thanks for meeting us today. We are in Atlanta at Whole Foods Market's first standalone restaurant in Atlanta. It's called The Roast, and we are at its Ponce location. You can see behind me here is the entrance from Whole Foods Market into this new restaurant. With me here today is Quentin Arendt, and you are the South Regional Prepared Foods Coordinator.
Correct.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for letting me.
Absolutely. So we wanted to bring him in a little bit to show us, give us a tour of this space, find out a little bit about this concept, which is unique for Atlanta, but also unique for Whole Foods too. And then we're going to check out a few of the food items and some of the drink beverages. So we're going to step over this way to show you some of the unique things that are happening right here. Quentin? First of all, if you can look behind me. You can order food here in two different ways. First, you have the counter service, or you can order from these
kiosks.
From the kiosk. So is it simple? Tell us how it works.
Yep. So the kiosks are for our signature bowls, and they're really simple to use. You press the start order button, and you pick your item. There's bowls, beverages, and desserts here that you can navigate through. Once you pick your item, you can ask if it's for here to go, add to order. If you want multiple items, you finish it there, and then you can pay right here at the kiosk and it'll print your receipt.
Great. Okay, so this is a great option for those who love self-checkout. If you don't, just go straight down the line and they'll take your money at the end. But we haven't really talked about what this whole concept is about. So you want to explain a little bit? What are you offering at The Roast?
So this concept's about healthy bowls. It's about fire. It's really featured by this Brazilian churrasco grill. We'll show you guys in a minute. But we built this menu for this area. We've been looking at it for a long time at the concept, and Ponce just seemed like the right place. When we did the remodel, we had some space, and we're like, let's do it here. So we built it around fire. We built it around whole muscle meats and vegetables, and that's really the whole story. Okay, so for those who are into the bowl thing, you've definitely got bowls going on here. And if you're not exactly informed what churrasco is, which is the Brazilian grilled style of meat, that's what they're focusing on here when we talk about some of these grilled meat items. So you can take a look behind me. Here's the board, a menu, fairly simple, very brief. We're going to walk. They have some signature bowls. And then we know that we can do the build your own, both on the vegetarian side as well as on the meat side, do a little bit of mix and match. So let's go down the line here, show these guys a little bit what's going on. Absolutely.
All right, so
we've got a lot of different items to offer here. You can pick between a bunch of different bowls that are made for or created for you by chefs, or you can build your own. We have multiple types of greens here. A great offering of unique vegetables, Brazilian style, South American, and always we have to fuse a little bit of Southern flair into there.
Gotcha.
So that's on there as well.
Oh, I'm going to pause for a second. Hello, Chef Kevin Gillespie. Kevin Gillespie is here today. We're going to be chatting with him in a little bit. He is actually the chef who is designed their featured chef bowl. So he's going to make that for us in a little bit. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to make one for you.
All right. Okay, we're going to move down the line. We've got a lot of different fresh vegetables that you can add to your bowl. Behind me, you can see that fire here going and the spit. Got a lot of smoke and fire around here. All right, moving down. Here's our hood. Tell us what you use this spot for.
Yep, so this is where we really create the, we cook the bowls to order here with the vegetables you choose. We add different types of grains, grits, forbidden rice, quinoa as well to the bowls here. And then we move down to the carving station.
All right, let's head down to the carving station. Okay.
So the carving station is where you can, if you pick a signature bowl, they'll carve the meat right here in front of you. If you're building your own, you can choose what protein you like. We have multiple offerings between lamb, pork, chicken, tofu.
Well, here, let's just walk through here. So we've got
This is the pork loin
the
here.
pork loin is an option.
This is the beef.
The beef, okay.
This is the lamb.
The lamb.
And then you've got
Chicken.
the Korean chicken.
And then for vegetarians,
Yep, you have grilled tofu.
grilled
charred
tofu and the
charred crispy cauliflower.
ever trendy crispy cauliflower. Okay, now we're gonna move down here. And I see what he's doing. He's putting together a bowl right there.
Yep.
So, very nice. Okay, we'll move down here really quick. You do have some beverage offerings. So,
We have all types of beverage offerings. We offer cocktails on tap. We offer local beers. We offer craft sodas as well. And we have a great wine selection.
wonderful. If you're just joining us, I'm gonna step around here where we're doing this microphone switcheroo. If you're just joining us, my name's Ligaya Figueres. I'm the food and dining editor at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. We are at a place called The Roast today. It is the first standalone restaurant in Atlanta for Whole Foods Market. This is at its Ponce location. So Quentin here is giving us a bit of a tour, explaining us some of the menu. We learned a little bit about the churrasco concept that this is based on, which is the Brazilian style of grilled meats. Here they are featuring those in essentially grain bowls. So we're moving down, we learned a little about those proteins. Shifting over this way, the beverage program is exciting. You can have alcohol here. So come on in, get yourself a healthy grain bowl, and then at the same time, get yourself a drink. So you've got, I see numerous beers on tap. How many beers do you guys have?
We have 8 beers on tap. Sorry, 8 beers on tap.
All right.
Here at the roast, and we have 4 cocktails on tap as well.
4 cocktails on tap. Let's go check those out.
Yeah.
I'm a huge cocktailian. Okay, I see. This would have to be the sangria.
That is the sangria.
All right, here's your sangria. This would definitely be the Ford's Springtime Cup.
That is actually the Southern Prescription.
No,
julep.
I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
Southern
called-
Prescription Julep. And then I see one for Ford's Springtime Cup and the Peachy Duck
That's the
Buck
mule.
Mule.
Yeah.
That's a mule. So you got 4 on tap of the cocktails. 8, you said 8 beers on tap. And there's a fair amount of wine here as well. So come on down. Thank you for this tour. I'm going to head on down with Kevin, and he's going to prepare for us that featured chef bowl. Thank you. All right, we're going to walk down here. I'm behind the line. It's always exciting to get behind the line.
Come on.
All right, I'm
It's
going
nice and warm back here.
I know, it feels
nice
good.
and toasty.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to shift over here. All right, everyone, this is Kevin Gillespie.
Hey, guys.
If you don't know him, you really need to, especially if you live in Atlanta. He is the chef restaurateur behind Revival as well as Gun Show. You've got your, they have it here,
Yeah,
Communion
fancy.
Cantina is your
Yep.
latest.
Yep.
So you're also the chef that they partnered with to produce their first featured chef bowl.
Right, exactly. It was just a cool idea, you know. I really struggle to find healthy food that actually tastes good that's relatively quick.
Right.
And this is a cool concept. And so when they came to me with it, I thought it'd be a really interesting way to partner and try something new. So.
Okay, so your bowl is called Flavors of the Andes.
Yes,
Flavors
yes.
of the Andes. Walk us through what it has.
Okay. Well, first of all, will you hand me a bowl?
Absolutely.
We're gonna-
I don't have gloves on.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't have them either. So
Okay.
let me tell you about it. So we have Peruvian purple potatoes. So that's what's back here.
All right, Peruvian purple potatoes for those who aren't familiar.
These are already roasted off, so they're
Okay.
cooked till they're fairly tender. As you can see, they're kind
Okay.
of breaking apart.
Okay.
We also have golden beets here. This bowl is sort of mimicking a classic Andean side dish.
Okay.
And so the purple potato, the golden beet, these are things that I think of when I think of classic Incan cuisine or
Okay.
Andean cuisine.
All right.
So that's the first part.
All right. Are you into Peruvian cuisine?
You know, I just like exploring new
All
areas.
right.
And when I started thinking about what this was all about with South America, and I was like, that's a part of South America that
Sure.
maybe isn't being explored, but it's a really cool cuisine. So,
Okay.
right here we have our ají amarillo sauce. So
Okay.
this is a Peruvian yellow spicy pepper.
Right.
Kind of a pickled
We're
chili
gonna-
almost.
This is the sauce that he's using. This one here, ají amarillo sauce. Now, you and I were talking earlier. If a cook wants to make this at home, we can actually buy this in the store if we don't have time.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually make an ají amarillo sauce. It's a little bit spicier. What I would tell people to do is take it and mix it with, believe it or not, a little bit of mayonnaise, and that thins it and dilutes it.
Nice.
That's what we have right
Okay.
here, basically.
All
So,
right.
we're going to take this over here into one of our saute pans.
Okay.
Add a little bit of oil to it. What we want to do more than anything is obviously get the vegetables hot, but we want this sauce to glaze on.
Sure. Okay. All right. So for those of us who are just joining us, my name is Ligaya Figueres. I'm the food and dining editor for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. We're here today at The Roast. It is a restaurant that just opened a couple weeks ago, and the next door to the Ponce location for Whole Foods Market. This is Whole Foods Market's first standalone restaurant in Atlanta. Right now we're with Kevin Gillespie. He is one of the chefs that they partnered up with to prepare a featured bowl. The concept at The Roast is Brazilian churrasco, which is a Brazilian style of grilled meat. And so Kevin's dish is particularly focused on a Peruvian style. Again, what we've seen him do so far is you've taken your golden beets,
Right.
your
purple
potatoes, and then a little bit of the ají amarillo sauce.
Exactly.
Glaze that.
Right.
All right.
In the bottom of the bowl, we have just some quinoa, some tricolored quinoa.
Okay, because ancient grains are so good for
Exactly, exactly. And quinoa, very Peruvian. So
Right.
once we get a nice little bit of color here, that sauce is kind of darkened up a little
All right.
bit. We're just going to pour it right on top of our
you. Okay.
quinoa.
All
And
right.
then we're going to go over here to our roasted meats. We're
All
going to
right.
top it with a roasted
Is your
chicken.
quinoa at room temperature right now?
Yeah, a little bit warm.
Okay.
You know, not super hot by any means.
Okay.
Now, I am going to put on the grill now. So, what we have right here is the Peruvian red roasted chicken. So a marinated chicken roasted over the wood fire, but this is a bone-in piece of chicken. So
Okay.
it keeps all of that nice flavor that
All
you
right.
want, super juicy, things like that. And
When you
actually-
said marinated, let's stop for a second, because if a home cook wants to do roast
Right.
chicken at home, what am I marinating this in?
Well, obviously this is going to be like dried chilies, cumin, coriander, spices like that.
Okay.
If you want to do this at home and speed it up, you could also buy a rotisserie chicken.
All right.
and
That's
use
easy
that in
enough,
this
sure.
place. So,
And what I want, do you think I would want to get the lemon pepper or the original?
You know what? If it was me, I would always go lemon pepper, but it's up. You know what? Dealer's choice in this
All right.
scenario. So we're going to give them a half a chicken. So it
Okay.
starts with the leg quarter, so the thigh and leg portion, and then up here we're going to give them a nice piece of this breast. And what I like about cooking it and leaving it on the bone like this is that it keeps it nice and juicy.
Right.
You can see that interior there.
Yeah, I
it's still
don't know if you
super
guys
juicy.
can see it. Well, let me roll.
We're going to lift it up and show these
Where
guys so they can see
show
it.
it
So
there.
still
All right.
nice
Hopefully
and
you
juicy.
can see that.
And then we'll serve that just
Beautiful.
like this.
Okay.
Now, we're not finished quite yet, so we got to go over here and we got to add a couple more things to it. So
All right.
obviously, we're going to put some more of our Peruvian sauce in there. It'll locate which bottle is mine. Where am I at?
There you are.
There it is.
Okay,
Okay.
a little bit more amarillo sauce.
So a little bit more of the ají amarillo sauce.
Okay, and we are told to talk a little louder so they can hear us.
Okay.
There,
more
we
of
got
the,
a hood
more
going
of the
on
ají
here.
amarillo sauce. We're going to do some toasted peanuts here.
All
I
right.
love the really nice dark roasted peanut flavor.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish it with some chopped fresh mint as well.
All right, chopped fresh mint.
And that is it. So,
Let's see if you guys want to come in a little bit closer there. This is called Flavor of the Andes. It's Chef Kevin Gillespie's featured bowl here that he created for The Roast, which is the first standalone restaurant in Atlanta for Whole Foods Market. This location is at its Ponce address. And actually, we'll give them the exact address. It's 650 Ponce de Leon Avenue. Oh, you know, I'm not from here, and I can always say it Ponce de Leon. I need to do it right. Ponce de Leon.
yeah, Leon.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a different guy. Yeah.
I know. We'll work through it. So, Kevin, thanks very much.
You're very welcome. Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Good
Thank
to see
you.
you. I'm dropping my
Thank you.
pen. Great to see you. Thanks, everyone, for joining us again today. I'm Ligaya Figueres, the food and dining editor for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Join us next Thursday. We'll see you around 2.